Everywhere I go, beauty finds its way in the little things of every day.
Inspired Abby here. This is going to be a quick reaction video that we're going to have. No long intros. I have my husband here. It's Valentine's Day. We're chilling and we just thought we'll do some reaction on a few things going on. A few things we've seen online recently, just to speak about them. Okay, and these are our own opinions, by the way. Okay, so first thing first, we both saw a video of a lady, a Nigerian lady, who had been living in the UK for a while. I believe she came in as a student, and I don't know if she got like post-study visa or not, but after a while she tried to get the COS, get a job that could give her the COS visa, but she couldn't find one. According to the video, she had done like 3,000 applications and gone for 25 interviews, but she couldn't find one, and eventually she decided to go back to Nigeria. And then she did a YouTube video, which, by the way, trended really much, and that's another topic. When I looked at her YouTube page, her previous videos were getting like 1,000 views, something like that. But on this one, so the last time I checked, I think it was on 140,000 views, because of the topic. So we all know that any topic that has to do with people living in the UK going back to Nigeria, or people talking about the UK not being good and things like that, they do trend because this is what people want to see or hear. But that's kind of another topic. I just wanted to know your opinion about what you think about that decision that this lady made to go back to Nigeria. Should she have endured a bit longer? Should she have tried other things? If she was your sister, what would you have told her to do? Do you think it's because she's got parents who have open arms to take her back? That was the reason why she kind of had that as an option. And maybe, relate some of your own experiences, if anything similar to that.
Anyway, for me, going back to Nigeria will be the last resort. And last resort in the sense that they'll have to carry me. Or maybe, jokes apart, it will be my last resort. I think she went back home because she was encouraged by her parents to come back home. I think that's the most important one. But I believe there's always a way out if you want to stay. I'm not sure if she tried to get a post-study visa. I don't know. I heard of another story that the person finished and didn't get a post-study visa because somebody was promising him or her a COS stuff. And at the end of the day, the person did not come through with the promise. So they had to go back to Nigeria. But I think going back to Nigeria, it should be the last resort when there's nothing else to do. If she's okay in Nigeria, that's fine. I'm sure she will want to come back, and I'm sure maybe through the social media, someone will help her again.
Probably, yeah.
But I think for me, going back to Nigeria will be the last resort. In our own journey, there was a lot of go back to Nigeria, similar cases. But I just said, I'm here already. I'm here already, and I'm not going anywhere. and it all got resolved. It might take a longer time than you think. It might be stressful than you think, and it might not. But I believe there's always a way out. Going back to Nigeria is the last resort for me. It's the last resort.
Yeah, there were a few things that came to mind when I watched the video. I was saying to myself, why didn't she do a video before then, to like a cry
Exactly.
out, like an actual crying out to say, please, I need help with this thing. If I don't get this help, I would have to go back.
Yeah.
Is there anybody out there that can help? Because I actually know of people who can actually help her with that, who could have helped her to get that COS. There are people who could have actually helped. So, but I don't know if maybe if she had done a video before then to cry out for help,
She would have found
maybe
help.
she would have
She would
been
have
able
found
to
help,
find
definitely.
help. But also maybe also it could have been a state of the mind thing as well. Maybe not just because she was. I think sometimes if your mind, you're like, there's no way in this thing. You're not really trying to find a solution anymore. You're just trying to shut the door on it. I'm not blaming her, but I'm just thinking maybe she actually had options, or she felt like she had options, and that's the reason why
She definitely had options.
because I know that there's some people who, looking back, they've got absolutely nobody to go back to, no house to go back to, no parents that is going to take them back. So it's literally fight to finish or nothing else. And in a true Nigerian spirit, I've seen people find ways, needle in haystack, and they've just, gone for it. I remember also when I was watching the video when she was talking about doing, was it 2,000 or 3,000 applications? And I was like, I said, Jide, I'm sure you've done more than that, because I know the times where you were really applying for jobs. And there was a time that this work visa many years ago was shot in our face like 3 times. And we kept trying to find other ways, probably because we wouldn't have had any other place to go to, anywhere to go to. So it was a matter of just finding the way, finding the solution. And like you said, it is possible that she will still find somebody to help. Now that she's gone back, maybe she might find somebody that will bring her back.
Yeah, it's
just
difficult
thousands
when
of people have watched the video.
Yeah, it's more difficult when you go back to Nigeria for someone to bring you back. If you were here, it would have been easier. But well, never say never.
Yeah,
there's always a solution.
There might, yeah, exactly.
If I have to advise maybe my sister or someone that I know, I would not tell them to go back to Nigeria. I think it was a bit hasty because she had a backing of her parent and whatnot. What if you don't have backing of any parent or you don't have any friends?
Yeah, I could hear there was a part of the video where she played the voice of her mom saying to her, we are here for you. I mean, as reassuring as that is and comforting, it actually got me emotional because the mom was really, really supportive. And but yeah, I think some other people, if they call their mom and say, I'm coming back, what they will hear is, to where are you coming to? That's what a lot of other people
I think that I might get that kind of answer.
To where? Like where?
If I say I'm coming back to come and do what?
What's going to happen then? Because you know that everybody's looking.
Yeah,
looking up to you.
To be honest, going back is the last resort. Should be the last resort.
Except the person already plans their life that they were always going to go back, and they've planned it. But from her, she said she really wanted to stay. To be
honest, living in the UK is not for the faint-hearted.
It isn't, no.
Especially if you are not coming to make the numbers. or you're not coming to do what everybody else is doing. Especially if you want to make it to a kind of field where, yes, you know that it's not just whatever. I don't want to mention anything so that it won't be like I'm talking down anyone. But it's not for the faint-hearted.
It's not.
If you read, a lot of people that I know return back to Nigeria not because they couldn't renew their papers. It's mainly because they don't have the strength to survive in the UK. Because as people of color, to survive and to do well in the UK, you do maybe 10 times a white man would do for you to be able to move. And if you don't have the strength to do that, a lot of people just say, oh, I'm going back to Nigeria. And when they get to Nigeria, a lot of times they regret it. Some were lucky to be able to come back. Some were not lucky. They regret it. I just believe that if you work hard enough, if you pray hard enough, if you talk to people, you'll find a solution in this country. People that end up going back home is either they don't talk to people or they're not working hard, or they had options at home.
Yeah, some people definitely have options, and yeah, let's recognize the fact that people have options that may be actually better than what they have here. So it might be better off overall for them. But from the video of this lady, you could tell that she really wanted to stay. She was in tears. She wanted.
Yeah, then maybe she didn't have much information.
Yeah, and you know, I also was thinking when I was trying to compare to what we went through, we had each other to bounce off. So that's actually an important. I don't know if I was alone on my own, if I would have been able to. I don't think so, because there was a lot. It was a whole lot. And I don't think on my own I would have been able to do it.
Another angle is that it's not even about numbers. Okay. For example, when the blind is leading the blind, they both will lose their way. Whether your spouse, your friend, your cousin is living with you, they don't know. Or they just decide they have the kind of paradigm that you have, that both of you are not looking for a stronger way out or striving. It's the same thing.
Yeah.
And if there's just one person living alone and she's asking questions or he's asking questions, he will get it done. I just believe, especially living in the United Kingdom, is no.
It's not for the faint-hearted.
It's not for the faint-hearted.
Yeah. So
you have to know what you want. You have to know where you're going, and hopefully you get there.
Which one do we do first? Should we do? Let's do Veekee James first. Let's do Veekee James first. So we know Veekee James, whatever she does. Veekee James is a fashion designer in Nigeria, very well known celebrity fashion designer. We all know when she does anything, the world must hear about it. She had a big wedding. You know, her relationship is quite very public. She and her husband, you know, yeah, they publicly display everything. And so she's recently announced her pregnancy. Some people say she's had the baby already. Some say she hasn't. We don't know. But she recently announced her pregnancy, and when she announced it, she, you know, the celebration and everything of how she celebrated getting pregnant and all that, and then she was using the opportunity to encourage women who are waiting to get pregnant. And then there was like public reaction that, you know, how long have you actually been married? How long would you have waited? Couldn't have been more than a year. And then some other people on the other hand are saying, let her rejoice. You don't know what she's gone through in that 1 year. She wants to rejoice, let her rejoice about it. What do you think?
I don't think any one of them is wrong.
Mm.
Number one, Veekee James is a drama queen. She's a real drama queen. And I think it's from her background, what she's been through and all that and all that. And she's never afraid to come into limelight and talk about things and be controversial and all that and all that. So it's okay. As long as she's happy and she knows what she's doing. About her rejoicing and saying and using it to preach, nobody is wrong. For some people, waiting for 6 months is too long in a marriage.
Yeah.
For some people, waiting for 3 months, 1 year is too long.
Yeah.
For some people, they don't see it as anything.
Yeah.
So everybody's talking from their own paradigm. And what they've been through. So I will not pat down what Veekee James has been through. At the same time, I will not support what she's saying. To each his own. So, but what I know is that Veekee is a drama queen.
I think,
she's a drama queen, like a lot of people that I know, even men. Even a popular one that we both know, they just always want attention. Any little thing that they know, they shout. If they read something overnight, by the morning, they're already saying that they've studied it for 1 year, they know everything. If they read one Bible verse that was interpreted to them in that season, they think that is... They tell people and people just follow them, not knowing that it's just for drama and for the season. By the next season, you just find him or her that they have changed or anything. And that's the kind of person I think Veekee James too is. And she's alluded to it a lot of times. That it's just past season. So I would say just leave her to leave her season. When it's the next season, she will change her tone. She's a drama queen and her life is in movies. Part 1, part 2, part 3, part 4. By the time she finishes other parts. So let her live her life. Let her enjoy her time. Let her blow her trumpet. If you don't blow your trumpet, nobody will blow it for you anyway. So let her blow her trumpet, let her enjoy her life. What she sees as pain might be something that somebody else sees as happiness. So I would not take anything away from her. Just let her be. Let her enjoy herself. Let her use it to preach or whatnot. For that's the only part that doesn't really make much sense to me. But well, that's the kind of person she is. Wants drama, wants attention, always want to be a leader. Whether by hook or by crook or by whatever, we just always want to be my staff, my this, you know, that's what I see. So, Veekee, enjoy yourself. That's it.
I think I agree with you actually on that. We always know that whatever Veekee does, everybody is going to know about it. So what her wedding was loud. She's not a private person. We've always known that, and we always know that she's going to come out and tell us. And we all have the option of scrolling off her page if we want to. And that's the good thing about social media. You can choose what you want to. If you don't want to look at something else. I don't think she's really bothered. I don't think she's actually waiting to see what the reaction of people. She just wants to put it out there and move on. That's her part. That's what makes her happy, is putting it out there. that's what she takes joy in. She doesn't want to know whether you like it or you don't like it. And I think sometimes when I think about us that are not people that are not famous or popular, I feel like the blessing we have is the lack of fame. Because if a lot of us had fame and all our mistakes were out there, do you understand? If all
Mm.
of our mistakes or times of immaturity was out there, it might be worse than
Yeah.
hers. So
Yeah.
nobody knows how anyone is going to handle fame until they actually have it. I think the blessing a lot of us have is that nobody knows us, so we can hide under
We
the
can
fact
do
that we
whatever
are
we
not
like.
known. But quite a lot of us have done things that we grow up later, and maybe 5, 10 years later, you say to yourself, "Why did I actually do that thing? That's really silly,
Mhm.
a thing to have done." I feel like maybe when she grows a bit, I don't think she's 30 yet.
She's still growing.
She's still
She's still
growing
a
and she's
child.
still learning. So after a while, she might not. And the truth is, like you say, there was a time that some people used to say something on Facebook when Facebook was still popular. They'll say something like, when you are matured, you don't post you don't post your life or something. That thing really
Mm.
used to rain a lot. And I remember some people will mention that it's not the fact that you're not posting is not because you're matured, it's because maybe you have nothing to post, nothing to
Supposed to.
say.
Mhm.
There's really nothing interesting for you to say, or it's just not your thing. And it doesn't mean that you are not mature. It's just not your thing. It's not your flair. It's somebody else's flair. I feel like if you and the other person that posts were put in similar situation, then we will actually know which one is the more mature person. So yeah, that's not a determinant of maturity or not. As long as she's happy, her husband is happy with everything being posted. To be honest with you, I always say to people, once a woman is married, if she decides to walk naked outside, as long as her husband saw her walking naked and he's happy with it,
That's it.
the rest is none of your business.
Yeah.
You have no right to say anything about it because her husband endorsed it.
Yeah.
So leave it. So as long as her husband is happy that she's doing it, mm, and to people who might feel offended, people who have waited for longer years, and feel offended that she's trying to make herself part of the group of people who have waited for children, please don't be offended. She's talking out of her own understanding of what she knows. She has not experienced what those women have experienced. So you can never think she will never understand what it is to be in that position. So she's talking from the best of her own understanding. And I think a lot of the time we talk out of our own understanding, including us, we are talking out
Yeah.
of our own understanding
Yeah.
too. So you don't have to take us seriously. You can ignore everything we are saying. Eh? Okay. Okay. Lastly, one more reaction. So we were watching. Oh well, I watched it actually. So there's this popular influencer and entrepreneur 𝐸𝐸&x that got married recently. She's a very well known female activist. She's done really well helping women. She's in the forefront of women rights, which is great. She does a fantastic job when it comes to that. And she's been talking about women rights and all that for many years. So 𝐸𝐸&x. So she got married recently, which also had its own reaction because people were saying, "Oh, so you were eventually going to get married." Anyway, that's a different topic. So, and then after the wedding, beautiful wedding, she and her husband sat down to talk about, everything that went on during the wedding. They had their traditional wedding in Nigeria, and they were just, kind of just reminiscing on everything. And then now talked to a point where she talked about, the part of the ceremony in Nigeria, reception, actually, where the lady fits the husband
Yes, ma'am.
with the cake, and then traditionally over the years we've seen women kneel down
Mm.
to do that. Some do, some don't, but we've seen a lot of women kneel down. She said she will never do that. Funny enough, the funny thing is when we watched the video of the wedding, we didn't notice whether she knelt down or not until she actually
Called it out.
mentioned it. So nobody was really looking out for that anyway. So, and then there were like reactions. Some people said, yeah, that's right. It's not a tradition we should be following. It's not as if she's going to be kneeling down to feed her husband anyway, in normal life, in normal everyday life. Some are saying it's just for the day, it's just part of the ceremony. It's one of those things. At least though the Igbo people too, when they do the palm wine carrying, she will kneel before her husband and give the husband the palm wine. Some other Igbo people say, no, in our own culture, we don't kneel down. No, you just give him the palm wine. Some Igbo people are saying, no, you kneel down and give him the palm wine. So it's different across board. So people were talking about, but the husband who is not Yoruba, a Yoruba man, he prostrated to greet the parents, followed all of the traditional rites. And then when he proposed as well, he knelt down. So why is it that you can kneel down to feed him cake just on the day of the ceremony? And she came out and reiterated, and she said, I said what I said. I'm not kneeling down, and that is it. And she's entitled to her own opinion. But what do you think?
I don't think anybody is wrong in this argument. Number one, it's not a tradition. For some people, they do that thing wholeheartedly. For some people, it's just drama. For some people, it's just eye service. I think where if it might be coming from is that I'm not doing eye service. Because I'm not going to be doing it.
Yeah.
Why should I? At the same time, when people say, oh, it's a culture and all that, they are wrong. But sometimes, for the day of the wedding or whatnot, people just do it to be like, oh yeah, I respect this man. Just for that purpose.
Yeah.
And that's why I would say nobody's wrong, nobody is right. She has a good argument. Every other people to have an argument to say it doesn't make any difference. Just kneel down just for the ceremony's sake. It's not like what you'll be doing, but why would you do something that you know that you're not doing? Because that ceremony depicts what is going to happen in your marriage and does not depict again. So it's two sides.
Yeah.
The only part I see is that why are you calling it out?
Yeah.
You're just trying to prove a point that you're a hard woman, you're a woman leader.
Yeah.
And that's where a lot of people go wrong.
Yeah. Yeah.
You've done the wedding ceremony.
Nobody even noticed.
Nobody saw nothing. Why are you calling it out? Your husband might keep quiet about it now. In years to come, the women think is 𝐿𝐶𝐵 said that one that day. That you are trying to prove a point that you don't respect with the mates.
Yeah.
It could cause conflicts.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
The wedding has gone, nobody saw nothing. I believe after that, she'll keep her mouth shut and move on and let them pan out.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I know with time, a better understanding will come. And everything will be sorted.
Yeah.
But that's where I stand.
Yeah. I think this is what I think. I think it's not such an important part of the ceremony that needs to be even really talked about to that extent, especially in 2026. So, if it was the part where the husband will prostrate to the parents, if the man now says, I'm not going to prostrate, then that's a problem. That's a problem because that's kind of the vital part, the really touch points of that traditional wedding is for the husband and his family members and his friends to come and actually ask the woman asks for the woman's hand in marriage, and in Yoruba culture, you have to, the man goes down completely. So that's such an important part of our culture. If that wasn't done, the only people that I know that are exempted are if the person is a king, I think he could be exempted. I think it's only kings, like royal people, that cannot go prostrate to the parents. But otherwise, that's such an important part of the program.
Yeah.
That's
I
such
can hear you. I can hear you.
That's such
Go on.
an important part of the ceremony. So, but for the feeding of the cake, and number one, cake is not even a cultural thing.
It's not a cultural thing. It's not a traditional thing.
So, I think that thing came from a religious point of view. That's why I think the whole kneeling down to feed the man, I feel like it has more religious connotation than with the culture. I really don't think
connotation.
The Yoruba culture is
I think it's like dramatic. To be honest, yeah.
And I think that there was a time when it was common at wedding receptions for the woman to kneel down, and after a while we started seeing it fade away. At first there will be like a reaction if the woman doesn't kneel down. After a while, we all got used to the woman not kneeling down anyway for so many different reasons. Like I was saying with the corset that these brides, even so these days, we don't even be able to kneel down. The corset have pinched them together, so their movement is actually restricted anyway. And at that point, nobody is really thinking about that. The alagas are blocking everywhere. Nobody is really seeing what is going on. People are just eating. They are not following the program. So they don't even know whether the woman
that's why I was wondering why she called it out. Why would you call it out? Nobody even remembered anything. So you now started calling it out.
Nobody is seeing you. So at the end of the day, and there are also other sweet parts of, let's say, another way you can do it, that, maybe you give the man a kiss, there are other ways that you do it that nobody will even notice. They will just be like, oh, that's so sweet, so beautiful. They won't even know whether it was kneeling down you did or falling down. Nobody will notice that. So I think it's the calling out part and actually talking about it. I feel like there was an intentionality of a message she was trying to pass across, because I don't really know why you talk about it when the wedding is already done. If you were still planning the wedding and you were laying down the things you were not going to do, I say, I'm not doing this, so I'm doing this. But the wedding is already done. Why are we going back to talk about, by the way, I was not going to
it's just content, honestly. That's what I think. I think it's just content. I think she's just trying to trend.
There was no need for it.
No.
There was really no reason for that. And if anyone chooses to kneel down, kneel down. If you want to lie down, like if you want to roll on the floor for your husband, feel free. Do your own wedding the way you feel like doing it. Everybody will eat their jollof rice, go home. Everybody will be happy. Nobody holds anything. I feel like it's when you actually start talking about it. This is what I did. I actually did not bow down to my man. That's when people start reading meanings into it. But if you had just left it and just done it the way you want to do it, I don't think anybody is that bothered. People have better things to think about.
No one is bothered.
There's too much going on in the world. Nobody's thinking about whether you knelt down to give your husband cake or not.
It's just drama.
Whether you even had cake.
It's just drama. It's just content. She just wants to trend.
Yeah. Even if you did not have cake for your wedding, nobody will notice.
Yeah.
Doesn't really matter. People now do like very simple wedding where they just come into the parlor and we have come to ask for your daughter's hand, and they just hand over. Everybody goes home.
And that's it.
With your takeaway pack. Just stop. Life goes on. Too many important things. I think this is the end of our reaction video. Thanks for watching. Hope you liked this one. This was kind of just a chill one. Happy Valentine's Day. We are chilling. We're enjoying it. Please do like, share, subscribe, comment, leave your comments. Let's know what you think about this reaction. Bye.